There is a common practice when facing a difficult decision, letting a Bible fall open, dropping a finger onto a random page, and hoping the text underneath holds the exact answer required. The theologian Dr. Gary Meadors identifies this as the Ouija board method of biblical interpretation. Practitioners treat the text as an immediate fortune teller, attempting to draw direct lines from an isolated ancient verse to complex modern variables like healthcare decisions or corporate finance. This method strips the words entirely of their meaning. Grabbing a quick proof text ignores the specific historical context of the passage and the overarching narrative of the scripture. The entire concept of trying to find God's will through subjective random signs borrows heavily from pagan mysticism. The scriptural mandate is different. It requires the believer to perform or do God's will. Instead of sitting passively and waiting for a sign to drop from the sky, the biblical model relies on active obedience to commands that have already been established. Dr. Meadors proposes a formal alternative to mysticism. He outlines a rigorous, biblically calibrated cognitive processing system. Operating this system requires strict mental education. A brief morning devotion where the text is skimmed and forgotten is insufficient. The user must think critically to understand what the text actually means. Fulfilling God's will is a structured cognitive achievement. It demands a transformed mind capable of processing life's decisions, rather than relying on an erratic search for mystical discovery. To understand how this cognitive system works, we have to start with epistemology, the philosophical study of how we validate. Classically, human knowledge relies on three pillars: senses, reason, and authority. But the Christian worldview introduces a complication. The fall dictates that human cognition is inherently compromised. Because the observer is compromised, subjective intuition and reason cannot reliably determine truth. We observe through a lens of distortion. The system requires an uncorrupted anchor. Divine revelation cuts directly through the distortion, providing an objective base for knowledge. Without the objective anchor of this revelation, any decision relying exclusively on autonomous human reasoning is essentially operating completely blind in the modern world. Modern culture often defines the heart as the center of human emotion, the gut feeling, or an instinctual reaction. The biblical text defines the heart very differently. It is the cognitive center of the human being, the seat of logic, thinking, and critical analysis. The Apostle Paul writes in Romans 12 that believers must be transformed by the renewing of your mind. The mind must be intentionally educated. This education builds a worldview, an overarching mental framework. From that framework, specific personal values are derived to guide daily actions. The heart operates as a carefully calibrated compiler of truth. It processes external reality rather than acting as an erratic emotional reactor. Dr. Meadors maps this cognitive pipeline in three distinct stages. Raw data enters the system, passes through the transformed mind compiler, and generates a specific product or meaning. We can test this pipeline. Run the variable sin through a secular worldview, and the system outputs foolishness. Pass that exact variable through a biblically transformed pipeline, and the output shifts immediately to a transgression against the revealed will of God. Take another variable, wealth. Feed it into the secular node, and the output insists he who dies with the most toys wins. But through the biblical pipeline, wealth becomes a strictly functional tool for loving God and neighbor. This mental processing system takes what an ancient text historically meant and accurately translates it into what it practically means for a modern decision. Two people can observe the exact same raw data and reach opposite moral conclusions. The deciding factor is strictly the internal worldview compiling that data. This framework confronts one of the most persistent subjective challenges in decision-making, the human conscience. Popular culture treats the conscience as an infallible compass, urging people to let it be their absolute guide, treating it as if it were an independent internal voice of God. The conscience is actually an internal system monitor. It is a capacity for self-critique that only evaluates your actions against your existing worldview. It does not inject new objective data into the system. Before his conversion on the road to Damascus, Paul actively persecuted Christians and sanctioned their execution. He did this with a perfectly clear conscience because his internal system monitor was actively validating a deeply corrupted, destructive worldview. The conscience is not a source of truth. It is only a witness, and it is ultimately only as reliable as the scriptural accuracy of the entire worldview it happens to be monitoring. This brings us to the ultimate objective of Dr. Meadors' entire hermeneutical framework. As stated here in the course materials, the goal is to produce a person capable of self-conscious deliberation. This means possessing the ability to intentionally and critically process life's complex variables through a deliberately aligned biblical value system, rather than reacting on pragmatic instinct. Achieving this state requires the slow, steady accumulation of a values deposit. It demands closely studying the whole narrative of Scripture over time to see how God interacts with humanity, carefully extracting those principles and installing them into the compiler. True biblical wisdom is never an accident, and it is never a sudden mystical intuition. It is the calculated, reliable output of a